Let us discuss about literal and types of literal. Actually, what is a literal here? Literal. So what is this literal? Literal is nothing but a constant value assigned to the variable we call it as literal. A constant value assigned to the variable, we call it as literal. Here we have different types of literal. Let us say here we have integer literal, floating literal, float literal, char literal, string literal, and boolean literal. We have here 5 types of literal, that is integer literal, float literal, char literal, string literal, and boolean literal. So when we are going to say integer literal, here a data type in the integer literal, you can take the data types like short. You can assign the constant value to the short data type, int data type, and long data type. A constant value assigned to the either short data type, int data type, or long data type, we call it as integer literal. And here we cannot assign you cannot put a decimal point value to the constant value. Here for short, int, and long, you cannot put a decimal point here. Next one is float literal. In the float literal, it includes float data type, decimal data type, and double data type. Here we can put the normal numeric value and as well as decimal value here. A constant value assigned to the either float data type or decimal data type or double data type, we are going to say it as a float literal. And next one is char literal. Char literal, it is nothing but a single alphabet enclosed in a single quotes, we call it as character literal. Here char literal will be, so a alphabet which will be enclosed in a single quotes, we call it as char literal. And string literal, here sequence of characters will be enclosed in the double quotes. When we call it as a string, when sequence of characters are enclosed in the double quotes, we call it as a string literal. This is called string literal. And last one is boolean literal. Here we are going to assign either it is true or false. We are going to a constant value, that is you are going to put true or false. So these are all literal and types of literal. We have 5 types of literals here.